second. Check, 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 check. There we go. I'm getting there. There we go. We're better. There we go. All right. Now we can. Thank you. There's just a lot of spinning plates that go on when we start one of these sessions. So thank you. So let me start over. My name is Jeremy Cioara. If this is the first time tuning in here. We are in session 5 of Unknown How Many. I'm going to go through this practice exam in its entirety to get people prepared for the CCNA. So one of the things that I want to do. So first off, there's a good, it looks like 25-ish people that are online. If you haven't already, go ahead and click on the link. I posted it earlier. If someone else could post that to join the quiz. So I started something where I'm doing it as a competition to where we can just kind of score points, see how we're doing. It just makes anytime you throw a competition, it makes it more fun as we're voting on each one of these things. As many of you saw in the chat when it popped up, we're here to learn. We're here to have fun. No profanity, no foul language. I have my kids that are all hanging out with us. They're actually running some of the quiz stuff behind the scenes. So that's it. Smile. So that being said, let me take you. I'm gonna jump over here to. See, check it out. I'm getting better at Twitch. You see my little window? Woo! It works. So I'm going to jump over to the practice exam. This is where we're at. Just want to show you. Ooh, look at this. Just want to show you one of the things that I'm going to be demonstrating. Many of you know in the new CCNA, I've been talking about it, but one of the things that I plan to do is in the next few days actually show you how it works. And I'm going to bring it up in this session whenever we get into something where we have to type in some commands so we can just see it work. Hang on, let me just find one. Let's say subnetting, blah, 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 blah. I'm looking for right. So what I'm looking for, here's a good one. This is an example of the hands-on labs that we now have. So this is one of Keith's skills that he's created. You notice on each one of these, base iOS, hostnames MOTD, you notice that we have a launch virtual lab button. What that does now, and I'm going to show this to you, is we'll launch you into an interface that looks something like this. Welcome to the new virtual labs that we have at CVT Nuggets now, which is awesome. We get it for a full Cisco environment. So we've got, in this case, I've got 3 switches, 1 router that I can go in. I can show IP interface brief. I can do everything. It is a full lab environment. I can click on the client PC and bada bing, I'm in a Windows 10 environment where I can get a you can see the password over there on the right-hand side. So it feels just like real Windows 10 computer, et cetera, et cetera. The beauty is you'll now be able to practice a lot of the stuff that we are doing. And that again, it's no extra charge. It comes with CVT Nuggets subscription. Really excited about that. And we'll be using that quite a bit as we go through a lot of what we're doing. Cool? All right. And I'm curious with one router, how much I can, I'm wondering if I want to run a lab with multiple routers, but we'll get that. I'll cross that bridge when we get there. So that being said, a couple questions. What's it running behind the scenes? It's secret. It's a secret formula. So over here, question 31. This is where we left off last time. Let's just pick up there. Couple quick questions before we go, and I know, just keep you from reading the question. Saw your tweet about today that you'll do training videos about the new CCNP Encore. Actually, yeah, I am doing training for CCNP Encore literally today if I can get a straight minute to think. It's just been a day of meetings. But today I laid out the structure. I've got the first one set to record. Recording on it will actually start tomorrow. So CCNP Encore is in progress, and that'll be the next one that'll be available after the CCNA is released. The link. So I have. So here we go. Ready, set. Oops, that's the link, but I can't do that without cutting off my audio. So that said, okay, let's get into it. I could talk with you guys forever. So let's dive into the question. So question 31, here we go. Which command is used to generate the following output? Give it a go. All right, bringing it back, we've got the output. Which command is used to generate the following output? This one just bleeds EIGRP. It's actually show IP EIGRP topology. And the way that I know that, actually, let me get my little pen utility running. The way that I know that is as soon as I see successor, and believe it or not, I know if you're studying, feasible successor is also a thing, but successor and feasible successor, but is actually never stated here. In the EIGRP world, EIGRP, unlike OSPF, this is one of its advantages. If it has two ways to get to the same network, let's just say this is a network, and maybe this is, this way, this is, 5 different routers this way. It's going to pick the best one, and that goes into the topology table as the successor. So you can see this one right here is considered a passive route. By the way, that's good. If you're an active route, that means you're down, and EIGRP is actively trying to find a backup to you, through you, et cetera, et cetera. So passive is good. I can see successor, that is the primary. These two, just because they're not marked as a successor, are considered feasible successors. That means they are backup routes to reach this same destination. So, and actually, hang on, I said that wrong. You can see right here it says successor. This one is the successor because it's the best one right here. This one is the feasible successor. Sorry, I said both of those are feasible. No, this is the primary. I can see it's got a lower feasible distance to get there. The one below it is the feasible successor. That's the one that has the second path, if you will, right? The beauty of that is if that primary route goes down, EIGRP can switch with no negligible delay, meaning less than a millisecond kind of thing, go foop, and immediately you can't even tell that the network went down. So that is the answer. Let's check, make sure I'm not lying, and that is correct. Good. The picture is quite blurry from my iPhone. Sorry. I don't know how Twitch, I haven't tested this on an iPhone. I would think it'd be very small. All right, next question. Question 32. You are the network administrator for your company. Whoops. You are the network administrator for your company. You want to implement a routing protocol that can support hierarchical routing, multiple vendor environments, and authentication. Hey, multiple ands. And provides fast convergence. Which routing protocol will you implement? Go. All right, so looking at this question, look at the key features. It says support hierarchical routing. Okay, that simply means we'll just say advanced routing environments, things that you can do summarization in. Multiple vendor environments. Okay, immediately as soon as I see that, I go, Now again, this did become an industry standard, but there's a lot of practice exams that haven't updated it, and Cisco would never test you that EIGRP did become, it's a very recent thing. Authentication and provides fast convergence. That's again, proprietary, not fast convergence there. So I would absolutely say answer in this case would be open shortest path first. Let's check our answer. Good. Our description here has a lot to say about OSPF, but that is good. Good. Not getting access to the game. Oh, man, really? It should. I know my little test user is in 10th place right now, so give it a couple tries. If not, I don't know what to tell you. It should work. All right, next question. Which technique is used to stop routing loops by preventing route update information from being sent back over the interface on which it arrived? Woo-hoo. All right, what technique is used to stop routing loops by preventing route? So you know me, I've got to talk about it. So all of these right here are loop prevention mechanisms that routing protocols use to make sure that you don't have loops in the network. So this is. Let's just take a couple of routers. We've got router 1, router 2, router 3, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. These are here simply because routing protocols aren't smart. They're just technical things. So we have to make sure that we put things in them to prevent things from going wrong. So let's just say this is network 10.1.1.0. As soon as you turn on a routing protocol, you're going to end up advertising that network to other routers. If this is using RIP, if it's using IGRP, heaven forbid, or EIGRP, they're all distance vector routing protocols. These rules apply. So a triggered update means if something happens on that network, it's not going to wait the amount of time it needs to send it. Let's say this sends updates once every 60 seconds. It's RIP, right? It's not going to wait 60 seconds when something goes wrong. It's immediately going to say, okay, network down, I'm going to send the update right away. But that's not, sending information back on the same interface. So nope. Route poisoning means you immediately set this to an unreachable metric, meaning if this goes down, truth be told, routing protocols don't have a way of saying that. Routing protocols are designed to say, these are networks I know about, not the network is down. So route poisoning says, I will advertise that network, but I'll set it to a metric that is so far out of bounds that it's considered invalid. That's known as route poisoning. That's the method, but that's not what this is asking for. Maximum hop count is specific to RIP. Maximum hop count is built into the protocol. It says, I will not be able to access a network that is 16 hops away. That keeps a network from coming around and around and looping back around in the network and continuing that loop. As soon as it reaches 16, dead. But again, not the answer here. Hold down timer. That is how long until the route is considered dead. Actually has nothing to do with what we're talking about here, other than it's a timer. Split horizon. Split horizon is the one that says, if I receive an advertisement about that route, I will never send it back in the same direction. So if I hear about, from router 2's perspective, if it hears about the 10.1.1.0 network from router 1, it will never advertise 10.1.1.0 back out that same interface. Now, smart answer. Right answer to this question, but it's actually the one that causes the most problems with our routing updates when we get to the advanced network topologies, where we have, for instance, a router on a stick, and it's receiving, well, actually, no. It would be more of like a frame relay interface or MPLS, where we're receiving multiple networks on one interface using DELCs or tags. Split horizon can often cause issues. So sometimes we'll have to turn that one off. But that, in this case, is the answer, I believe, to this question. Cool. How you doing? Good? Good so far? All right. Next question. Question 34. And we're about halfway through good. I figured we'd get up to about question 37, so we'll see where we land. Which command will display the virtual LAN or VLAN frame tagging method for a switch link? All right, good. So this is where I'm going to bring up that lab interface. And again, if you're just joining us, over at CBT, we now have live labs integrated into our courses. This is from the new CCNA course, soon to be released. And you can see that I've got 3 different switches. Now the question was asking. Let me just get back to the question here. Question was asking, which command will display the virtual LAN or VLAN frame tagging method on a switch link? So if I were to come here, let's get back to my lab. Let me just do a show VTP status. Because I saw that was one of the answers. So VTP, completely unrelated topic to trunking, other than it runs over a trunk. VLAN trunking protocol is not a trunking protocol. If you've seen my courses, I think I even sang songs to that. I just want to stick that in your head. So show VTP status will not show it. Show VLAN and show VLAN encapsulation. If we go back here and do a show VLAN, that'll show us what VLANs are created, which in this case are none. Show VLAN status. I don't even think that's a thing. Yeah, that's not a command. So invalid syntax. So show interface trunk will show us what encapsulation protocol is being used. You can see it right here. ISL, which hasn't been used in probably a decade plus. That's Cisco's original trunking language. So if I go into global config mode, interface GI 0/1, and change that, so I'll do a switch port trunk encapsulation, and there's our options. 802.1q or ISL. I'll do .1q, and bada bing, I come back here and do a show interface trunk. Oh, I took the whole interface down. Hang on, there we go. Came back up, and now it's using 802.1q encapsulation. So going back to the question, what will show you the frame tagging method? That'd be the show interface trunk. I saw some people chatting it in ISL. I know, come on. It's got kind of reminisce, but it's funny. What's funny is that we set that as the default in this particular lab, obviously for a troubleshooting technique. All right, next, question 35. Which command would provide the output displayed in the exhibit? Go. All right, good. This is actually the output from HSRP. That's what it comes from, but there is actually no show HSRP command. Matter of fact, let's jump back here. I'm going to jump over to the router just because I think I've got some good interfaces there I can tinker with. Do a show IP interface brief. We've got, let's just use gigabit 0/0. So I'll go interface GI 0/0. And if I wanted to set up HSRP, I would do a standby, and then we have all of our options right here. Standby, and the first command that I would type in is the virtual IP address. So let's say we're going to have this guy 10.16.16.1. So I'll make it 10.16.16.1 will be the standby IP. That's so really 10.16.16.1. Why? Hang on, I'm losing my 10.16.6. We'll get that out of there. We'll do 6.1. There we go. That enables HSRP on this interface. So now this router, even though when I do a show IP interface brief, it has the IP address 10.16.6.5, it's actually responding for .1 as well. And that's really useful if G0/0 is one of, we'll just say, two routers connected to a LAN environment. Let's say this is 10.16.6.0/24, right? Both of these guys connect off to the internet. I'm on R1 AZ right now. Maybe this is R2. They're both agreeing on a .1. That's going to be the HSRP address. So even though this guy has .5 as the IP address assigned to his interface, he's also responding as .1, and I can verify that. So let's go back to the quiz for a second. It's saying what would provide the output here. This is mean. So if it were me and I was taking the test, I wouldn't know, honestly, just being honest. I wouldn't know whether it's C or D off the top of my head. It's just, I'm like, I would probably go with brief. So let's just go back there and do a, where are we? Show standby. Yep, there we go. And show standby brief. That's what they both look like. So you can see that this is the brief output, and you can see right now I am the only active router because I didn't have a second router in my HSRP bundle. I can see my virtual IP address is set to here. There is no standby. That's the brief output. This is the full output. So in this case, we're seeing this for a whole bunch of things. This is actually output from a layer 3 switch, so multiple VLAN interfaces. So we'll check our answer. We're good. 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 How you guys doing? Feeling good so far? I haven't seen that many questions. Frame Geek. I'm doing so poorly, but you're probably doing better than my kids. And my kids aren't playing. They're the host of the show, and they actually have all the answers, so they would probably beat everybody. So let's go to our next question. Right here. Where? Oh, nope, that's the lab. Right here. Here we go. Next. You are the network administrator for your company. Your company has opened a new site in London. The chief technical officer of the company wants to implement a routing protocol that can provide the following features. Blah. Which routing protocol should be implemented at the new site? Go. All right, let's look at the answer together. So we've got supports multiple large networks. Okay, that's a thing. Does not require a hierarchical physical topology. Okay. Supports VLSM, that's variable length subnet mask. Provides loop prevention and fast convergence. Look at that last one. Provides load balancing over unequal cost links. Bing! Only one protocol does that, and that's Cisco's world. That's the world of EIGRP. That's why they created it. So that last one. So I could make an argument for a lot of those things. The second bullet kind of says OSPF might not be the best option because OSPF really relies on doing summarization based on a hierarchical design. But that last one is a sure good giveaway. So good. Next question. All right. Question 37, our last one for today, and then I'll just open it up for questions. Which of the following commands would instruct OSPF to advertise only the 192.168.10.0 network in Area 0? Go. All right. Which of the following commands would instruct it? Well, let's work through each one of these. Looking at A, router OSPF1 network 192.168.10.0, and then the subnet mask, Area 0. This is actually backwards. I'll put BW. Because OSPF uses the wildcard mask to identify things. So it's always the opposite. So wherever you see zeros, that's kind of like saying, hey, look at these, 192.168.10. That's significant. Wherever you see 255 in a wildcard mask, that's like, I don't care. Any interface starting with that. So as I look at answer B, that looks much better. I would say no, yes, and let's just scan through the rest of them. This is better, but the result of this is would actually enable OSPF on all 192.168 networks because it's saying, I don't care. So it would mark those out. And it specifically said only the .10 network. This guy right here is just completely the wrong network. So off on that one. Good. So that should be the correct answer, and it is. Good. So that being said, I had mine right. I thought it would show me the little answers, but my daughters came and gave me the winners. Polina, number 1, Genie 008, number 2, and BBT, number 3. Congratulations, and Polina. You are should be rounding the curb on being ready to take that ICND2 exam. You've been sweeping the rug for a little while on this. So well done, and I think you are good to go. So last thing, I'll as I mentioned before, beautiful handwriting. Yes, who is that? Who wrote that? Isabella. So very nice. All right. So that being said. Any last questions that you guys had? I know I saw a lot of times people asking, when will the CCNA be live? I would say if you were to go to the CPT Nuggets website, it'll be live very soon. There's probably going to be some big announcements coming soon. I'll just say that. So thank you for pasting that in. Sorry, a lot of them just scroll right by. Do you have will you also do specific tracks on the new CCNP like ENIARS? Yes. Yes. So going back to you, which I believe is the traditional routing and switching. So actually let's talk about that for a second. Let me go right here. I'm going to go to new CCNP. And let's go right here. You can see that the new CCNP, let's see if we drop down, What I'm working on right now, and you can see it on the screen, is Encore. This is the one that everybody has to pass that wants to get the CCNP Enterprise Certification. From there, you now have concentration exams, and that's where you go into advanced routing and switching and services, which is, I think, what you were talking about, Donut. Yes, we will be recording those. I think there's a list charting out who's doing what. I think there's 3 of those concentrations that I'm going to be recording. Wireless has a lot of demand. I might go after that one next. I'm kind of looking as to, we are looking at all of you going, what do you think you would want to take first? So if everybody's saying, I want ENARSI as my first one, then that'll probably be what we record first. But right now I'm in the zone on Encore. So this is to be decided, but I would say at least 3 or 4 of those will be recorded as electives, the ones that are the most popular. Also, Chuck, a lot of you know him as Network Chuck, has been recording a lot of the automation stuff for the new CCNA. It is so cool. It's so cool to not only see him teach it, but to see what's coming. It'll give you a real good perspective on working with APIs and things like that. So, 4th place. Sorry, Strong. I'll give you a call out. Good job, 4th place. Third wooden spoon. Pauline, I ended up with a 3rd wooden spoon. There you go. Thank you, Jake. You're too kind. Do you have any training for Q and Q trunking? Yeah. If you go to CBT Nuggets website, search for CCNP service provider. I actually taught that one a couple of years ago now, but yes, that is in there. Do you have ICND2 on CBT Nuggets? Yes. Go to that same link that Jake or Sunstrokel posted just a minute ago. You'll see it right on there. So many new courses, don't know where to start. Yes. As Strong is mentioning, the new CCNA is live. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.